All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of Gar Capital. Welcome aboard to our Morning Note. It is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. Glad to be with you guys this morning. What a game last night. Jets and Bills. If you guys missed it, it was a hell of a game, hell of a finish. Crazy what happened there. Aaron Rodgers, he got hurt, the third play of the game? That's football for you. So I stayed up late last night watching that game. Boy, was it worth it. Great game. But back to work. The stock market is about to open in about 30 minutes. Let's get you guys started around the horn. Dow futures down about 66 points. NASDAQ down about 0.40%. S&P 4525 down about 0.32%. The Russell 1872 performing better than the majors. NASDAQ, S&P, and the Dow. 10-year Treasury yields are down. Good morning, Clifton. 4.284% on a 10-year yield. The volatility index is bouncing slightly, 2.61%, 1416. The dollar is bouncing as well, 0.33% after being down yesterday. Crude oil is bouncing even with the dollar being higher. 88.54, up nearly 1%. Gasoline futures $2.73, up 0.66%. Gold futures 19.30. down 0.86%. Silver down as well, 23.18. $3.78 for copper, down about 0.47%. The euro dollar slid back as I expected, 107.05. I still have that short position. I am green again. Personally, I don't have that trade. The group does, so I'll use that as the we part. Dollar yen 147.17, up 57 pips. Pound dollar 124.63. down 45 pips. Bitcoin futures are up this morning on some headlines. Let's read it from the market blog. If you don't have access, you're missing out. Make sure to go to our website, www.gar.capital, to get free access to our live market blog. Let's take a look at it. Crypto derivatives surge to $3.12 trillion in July. Reuters, cryptocurrency derivatives trading on centralized exchanges rose to $3.12 trillion in July, a 13% monthly increase. Researcher Crypto Compare said on Thursday, as crypto prices show signs of recovery from the recent market crash. And this was sent out at around 7:50 this morning. Crypto stocks gain pre-market as Bitcoin rises. Coinbase, MicroStrategy, Bitfarms up nearly 1.8 to 4.6%. Crypto miners, Riot Platforms, Marathon Digital, Hut 8 Mining, Bit Digital rise 3.9 to 7%. Let's go ahead and answer some questions in regards to that. So Bitcoin, Ethereum up nearly 4% each on the futures. Mara and AMD thoughts. Let's go straight to the questions and answers. Mara, anything here special? No, there isn't. Let's go to the daily. You could see really just holding on that 200-day moving average. In order for us to do anything on this trade, again, we need to get to 12, I would say. So let's place an alert at around 12:08. That's above the 20-day moving average. If we get there, then we could take a look in terms of Mara. Again, it's been a name that we've traded many times throughout 2023. So again, let's get above 12, see what we get. Riot is going to bounce off nearly the 200-day moving average, but nothing really worth looking at. Put the alert at 12:07 or 12:08 on Mara. You'll be all right. Let's see, AMD. AMD pulling back this morning. Anything special about the stock? No, I still believe 100 is the target, but I really don't want to short. We did reject the 20-day, so expect a little bit more of a pullback. Intel, in contrast, is going for that gap fill, 38.97. We traded that last week, so it's not a sector-wide issue. I think it's more of an AMD issue. I don't know what the expectation is, but just a pullback in prices. Let's see, what do you think about PFE? PFE is Pfizer. Pfizer, again, if you're owning this, it's probably for the dividend. And if not, you're dumpster diving. And again, I have no issues owning this name because you're right here at 33.35. You're at 33.98. How about this? 33.36. That's the lows in the weekly. So if you use that as a support level, that's probably one of your better bets. 30 would be the next level to take a look, but it is ugly, guys, and I think 33 to 30 will hit on Pfizer. So it may give you an opportunity to dumpster dive at a name like PayPal, Pfizer, those names like that. There's one, Disney. Let's see it. Disney did get that headline that Charter Communications worked a deal with them. You could see the lows here of a right around 78.86. Is that a level to buy? Not a terrible place to buy. Why? That's the COVID lows. So just kind of move yourself into the COVID realm of 2020. Did you think to yourself, man, I wish I bought Disney then? Well, if you loved it then, you'll love it here. The reason that I have not bought it yet, and again, I do love Disney. Let's see if we get below 78 to around 75. Why not? And again, it's a legacy name. Worst case scenario, get bought out. We've talked about that many times. Pfizer, I've had to pick between Disney and Pfizer. I would say Pfizer because they pay better dividends, obviously. Disney, again, I think is a little more upside in terms of return and what do I expect for the future. Unless we get another pandemic, then Pfizer's going to make a lot of money, but I don't see that happening. And they are no Eli Lilly, which is nearly all-time highs because of their obesity drug. So Pfizer needs to get on the ball and make a obesity drug to kind of catch up. Any important news coming out at 10? Let's see it. We have some important news coming out at 1, which is the 10-year bond auction. But other than that, today it's relatively quiet. Tomorrow is a CPI report. That we want to focus on. That'll be at 8:30 in the morning. We'll talk about it as always. Expectation month over month, 0.2% on a core basis, on a CPI basis, 0.6%. So a little hotter than expected is the expectation. And then the year over year going back to 3.6 after we were 3.2. So remember, the market is expecting some bad news. So in terms of elevated inflation, higher energy prices, we know that we had the peak in July that we stripped off on a 1-year basis. That'll bring the 12-month running average a little higher, especially if the core and the regular CPI are a little bit elevated. So my expectation is it meets the expectations. I don't see any kind of deviation from there. Really, a lot of it will be oil prices. That's really the bulk of it, is gas prices. Apple event at 1 p.m. That's right. And that's 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's take a look at Apple together. Apple had a lot of volume on the 180s. Here's the target if you're looking for upside. It's really just this. Let's go to the daily. You have 2. You have a gap to fill here at 181.31, right? You're still below the 20. So 181.31. Remember that. 181.31. That's it right here. That's your gap fill. That might just wick right after the report of the iPhone and everyone gets excited, and then it could reject. Or it gets a little more of a push, and you'll get to 182.94. Granted, we also have some upside room on the hourly to 189.51. There's no downside gaps on the hourly. Let's take a look at the daily. Any downside gaps that we're missing? You got one right here at 167. So could that be on the way down? We are below the 20. Yes. So we need to mine our gaps right there. I think this one fills 181.28. I would say the max we get to is 182.88 there. And then we'll probably just chop around here. I don't see us tanking below 166. But if you get below 170, oh yeah, we're looking at the 165 puts. So kind of like we don't know what to expect. Usually, since I've been trading now for almost 9 years, Apple, when in terms of an iPhone event, is usually a sell the news event. Usually get a pullback. But again, we don't know what they're going to offer today. So who knows? What about the Jets? Wow, what a punt return, right? All I know is that the sports writers today and the sports talking heads, they better get on Josh Allen the way they got on my boy Dak Prescott, because he threw 3 picks against the Jets. All right, with no Aaron Rodgers. Just be consistent. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. There's always news at 10. Always. That's like the power hour for news at 10. Let's go take a look at Target. Target again. 120. That's the level I'm looking for. I like Target. I really do. My wife shops there a lot. I actually went yesterday and they did the pickup. You just tag or you text and they drop off the stuff in your trunk. That is very neat if you don't like talking to people, which is kind of cool. I've never done that. I thought that was very neat. I think Target's going to be fine long term. But again, as of right now, the price is saying more downside. You're still below the 20 on the weekly. You know, there's still more room to go. The question is, when does it start turning around? When it starts turning around and we start breaking up a little higher, we don't have to be the first one out the gate. We don't have to be that. We don't have to be the first one to buy. What we can do is see if we get some momentum and then ride that higher. And that's it. That's really all you can do. You don't have to be the first one. Remember that. Everyone likes to, oh, I was first to buy at the lows. If you guys remember back in 2020, when we called the 2300 lows on the S&P, that's when we started buying. Remember, it got to 2100. We didn't get it exactly. It's just the zone. We got it right, and it started soaring after that. So try not to just pinpoint the exact bottom. It's a very difficult endeavor. I would rather, when we're trying to buy stocks that are at the lows, is see if we get a little more momentum, or we're hitting a target that we absolutely wanted to buy. For example, if I had a Lamborghini in front of you, right? And I said, hey man, this is 450,000. And you'd be like, yeah, I know it's 450,000. I'm not interested. But let's say I needed to get rid of it for whatever reason. I needed to get cash today. And I said, brand new 2024, 2023, what is it? Lamborghini, whatever, great model. And the value is 450 grand, but I need the money today. I need it in cash. And I say, hey man, I will sell it to you right now for $50,000 in cash. I just need the money today. Like, you need to go to the bank and get me 50 grand. You already know how much the value is. You already know this is a Lamborghini. You know the company. You know the quality. I'm pretty sure you're going to ask every friend or withdraw whatever you can for 50 grand to buy that Lamborghini, because you know how much it's worth. Either you're going to flip it or you're going to hold it. That's kind of the same thing with stocks, where you have the individuals who just want to get out at any cost, and that's the prices, and prices fall because of it. And in inverse, when things get very, very much cooking momentum wise, think of Nvidia. Hey, any price, I'm buying. That's kind of the mentality. So we'll see, kind of how the market reacts to that way. It's always supply and demand, guys. Who's desperate to sell, who's greedy enough to buy. That's kind of the forces that we're always fighting every day. I think we can get JPM this week. Yes, absolutely. I believe we're gonna get JPM this week. JPM again, still short. I don't think there's anything bullish out of here, Joey. Maybe you're seeing something that I'm not. But yes, we're still below the 100. I still believe completely that we're going to get a little lower on banks. Banks are weaker. We're going to get pulled back into tech after a nice push yesterday. I did get into Microsoft long. I still like it. It broke my alert early. We're above the 50. Really, all you want to do is just hold that 50-day, guys, which is right around 332.70. That's really it. And you're just going to have to be patient on this one. In terms of the S&P, getting a little bit pullback this morning. Oil prices are up. Yields, I don't have the yield quote yet, but the dollar is higher. Remember, yields were up yesterday and stocks were up. So we can't use that one-for-one correlation, but the dollar was down and stocks were up. So you can kind of use that inverse correlation. We've talked about that ad nauseum at this point. But very good stuff all around. Yesterday we caught Amazon. That was an excellent trade. And then we also caught Palantir for bags. I missed Tesla because of that gap up. But Amazon was 200% and then 100% on Palantir. Here you go. Palantir, you see 118%. It was an excellent day yesterday. That's how we build that momentum on a Monday. You hit it hard. You continue pushing. You have to be careful with that resolve as well. 9 winning trade streak still open. Boeing, Tesla, Google, Q's, Netflix, Intel, DraftKings, Amazon, Palantir. We need to keep it going. We got 2 open. Let's see if we can get to 11 and then put feet up ahead of the event tomorrow, which is the CPI number, because who knows what the reaction is. So let's see if we can snag either Microsoft today, if we get a pop in tech, or a meltdown with JPM. We'll see what we get as always. But 40% on JPM this week. Joey, I would not send a signal unless I was confident in it, 100%. A lot of people always ask me, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that trade? Remember, we are putting our reputation every day on the line by making our calls, by sending out these signals. And if we're wrong, it's very public. It's not, we're hiding in a corner and it's private when we lose. No, it's very public. And I also recap it every week, public on Twitter. So I like to give a big shout out to you, the viewer, because it definitely keeps me grounded and it keeps me accountable for you guys. And I think that is the key in trading, is to be accountable to yourself and to those who look to you for guidance. And again, I could always send some crazy trades out and just start throwing stuff and seeing what sticks. For example, with Tesla yesterday, I could have got in Tesla and said, hey, let's ride the momentum. The stock was up nearly 10% yesterday. I didn't want to chase it. We caught Palantir instead. So that was a bag. Well done. But yeah, if I'm sending something, Joey, for a fact that I'm confident in it. If I wasn't, I promise you I would not send it, because there's one thing I cannot stand, is losing. I don't want to lose, period. We have a perfect September. I like JPM. I like Microsoft. I Maybe we get JPM today. Let's see what we get. This is what we do every day. Microsoft play is still valid as long as you're above the, I believe, the 100-day moving average. Yeah, you know, we're still above here, 332.83. I know we're kind of used to getting what we want immediately. Don't forget, Amazon last week took a while. We got into Amazon last week, and guess what? We wrote all this yesterday. Sometimes good things, sometimes take time. How about Intel last week? Come on, we know what's up. We got to be patient. My team knows. GAR Capital Signal members know. You got to be patient. Trading is waiting. We are going to be fine. We've had a great week so far. It's only Tuesday. Let's keep the momentum going. We're going to be careful. Remember, CPI tomorrow, PPI on Thursday. We got a 10-year bond auction today. Could be a little crazy. Maybe we start retesting some levels. Maybe we get to around 1550 or so, 15,550 on the NASDAQ. Maybe we get to 4,500 on the S&P at the lows. But it just seems that positioning ahead of the CPI number tomorrow is what I see. So I don't expect much. I'm looking to close out positions. I'm not looking to add new ones. I'm okay with being 3 for 3, 4 for 4 ahead of the CPI report, feet up, and just relax and then see what we get. All right, that's kind of the focus we need to have. Let's not just do something just to do something. We're going to be tactical. We're going to be careful. We're going to be precise on everything that we do. That's what matters, because I don't want a loss in September. Period. I want pure green for everybody, so everyone gets paid, everyone is happy, and we continue the ball rolling and keep the momentum in 2023. That's really the deal. And that's why you're here. Appreciate what you're doing. Glad I'm enjoying the signals. Appreciate you, Joey. Thank you for being on board. And again, guys, if you have any questions and you are on the server, please DM me directly. Sometimes we need that spotter while we're doing that chest workout. Yeah, I can lift it. And then I'm right behind you with a pinky right on the bar, giving you that little bit. Think of it that way. GAR Capital is your spotter. Here to help, here to answer questions. So again, use what you pay for. Ask those questions. We are here to assist. And again, the only thing we're here to do is to make you money. That's it. That's it. We're here to make you money. MPC. This is energy. I believe I missed a question on energy. I'm so sorry. Let's go to MPC first. Marathon Petroleum. I'm going to go to the daily. If you were looking to go long, well, you need to get above the recent highs of 157, 158. And that's really it. And you kind of have a double, triple top, if you want to call it. I don't know what the volume is. I saw XLE yesterday. There was no volume. XOM, there's no volume. See, XLE had a pullback. Again, I'm waiting for 93 to break. If it does, we'll target 94. That was part of the watch list. But I'm looking that not to jump into anything ahead of the CPI number. Why? Because I don't have control at 8:30 in the morning on options. Futures I do. So I do like futures long. That's different because I can control. But when it comes to options and a CPI number at 8:30 in the morning, that's handcuffs. I don't want to be handcuffed. I want control of our positions. So the goal this week, today, is to get as much as we can, get out, feet up. That's all we're going to do. And that's all we're going to focus on. So Microsoft JPM on the board, watching. We got Amazon and Peloton yesterday. I took Amazon. I'm out of that thing. I'm going to keep an eye on Apple today. We have our alerts above 181.28. Possible long setup again, but that's with CPI. So we need to be careful. Below maybe 170. Let's see, there was a wick low here. See if we get below 175. Get below 175, maybe we could target the 170 level. So I'm going to keep an eye on everything as we go. Palantir starting to pull back as well. Good exit for everybody. I'm very, very happy everyone made some money yesterday. So we just do it again over and over. Every day here on the grind here on the YouTube channel, guys. Thank you guys so much for being on board with me. I appreciate every view, every comment, every like. This is your channel. We're here to assist you in regards to trading, keeping it focused as always on the stuff that's important to you. So have a great rest of your morning. I will catch you guys tomorrow for the next morning note. We'll talk about CPI. We'll talk about the market again. Let's make it a great Tuesday. I almost said Thursday. Let's make it a great Tuesday, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the next morning note. Cheers, guys.